The railway leads us to the south of Spain. By train, we travel through beautiful Andalusia, with Seville and Granada as the most important places. Andalusia, with its flamenco, sherry, fiestas, and bullfights, typifies the stereotypes of Spain. Well known, but always fascinating. We start in the capital, Madrid. From the station Puerta de Atocha, there are regular train departures for famous Andalusia. Atocha is a modern station. In the cool marble vestibule overhead, monitors point the way. We take the high-speed train to Seville. This much-used section is 470 kilometers long, and the super-fast train covers it in 2 3/4 hours. The carriages of the Spanish equivalent of the TGV are narrow and equipped with seats like those in airplanes. With the naked eye, it is hard to catch sight of everything that passes the window. We speed past endless grain fields and bare mountaintops. It is clearly visible that the interior of Spain has been scourged with drought. Travel is comfortable on this train. Meals and drinks are served, and the passenger who is not interested in the landscape is always free to enjoy a video film. In every carriage of the fast train, one finds a monitor. Before we realize it, we've arrived in Seville. The silvery high-speed train slides into Santa Justa station. This station was completely renovated a few years ago for the World Exhibition Expo 92. Santa Justa now is a modern station, well equipped to receive tens of thousands of visitors. Business people and tourists come to this city. Seville at one time was the gate through which Columbus went to the New World on his journey of discovery. Convoys left for America almost daily to return with plundered treasures. In that period, Seville was rich, very rich. In the 17th century, the city decayed. But since the 50s, Seville once again has become a prosperous and modern city. The past, however, has unmistakably left its mark on the city, especially the Moors, who brought into practice their architectural ability. Seville accommodates the world's largest Gothic church, built in 1402. The construction was commissioned by the city fathers, who wanted the building to be so large that everyone would declare them out of their mind. Like so many buildings in Seville, the edifice is beautifully adorned with mosaics. Notably, the ceilings of the galleries are liberally fitted with these tiles. The mosaics are usually representations of religious significance.
Al bailar por sevillana se me olvidan los pesares. Se me olvidan los pesares al bailar por sevillana. Se me olvidan los pesares. Al bailar por sevillana se me olvidan los pesares. Se me olvidan los pesares.
Music that everyone recognizes is played on a typical Spanish guitar. In a small suburb of Seville, we find the place where these world-famous guitars are made. The 56-year-old Alberto Pantoja knows better than anyone else what a Spanish guitar must sound like. He's been making them for more than 25 years.
La prima de quinto, la prima de... El quinto, dale.
music played is spirited like the Spaniard himself. When night is falling, the Andalusians get ready for their world-famous fiestas and dancing. And of course, the flamenco plays an important part. The journey goes on. It is still early in the morning when we arrive again at Santa Justa station. The square in front of the station is still quiet, but inside, there is already plenty of activity. We prepare for a trip with the Andalusian Express, a 5-star hotel on wheels. As at an airport, the baggage is checked in before we board the train. The silvery engine is ready to pull the 5 luxury sleeping cars and some dining cars. The creamy white carriages, built in 1930, are the widest in Europe. We leave wonderful Seville. The luxury Andalusian Express is headed east for Granada. The 5 sleeping carriages started their career in the 20s. As we said before, the Andalusian Express is a luxury train. In daytime, the passengers are allowed casual wear, but at night, it is otherwise.
That's fine. That's very nice.
Towards the morning, the train arrives in Granada. The city is built on extended ranges of the Sierra Nevada. The city was founded by the Moors, and their presence still clearly marks the city. Conspicuous, at once, is the Alhambra Palace. It towers high above the city, and beyond doubt is one of the finest edifices in Spain. Engraved on the city wall is a lamentation of a blind person. It says, "Give me alms, madam, for man knows no greater misfortune than to be blind in Granada." The Alhambra was originally built by the Moors. Later, the Spanish added large sections to it. In very early days, it was living quarters for gypsies who lived there with their pigs, donkeys, and poultry. The block consists of a plateau on which there are many architectural styles to be admired. The courtyards of the different churches and palaces merge unnoticeably into each other. The Alhambra includes numerous sculptures and excavations of old times, but also obvious characteristics of the Renaissance. Outside the huge block of buildings, there is a beautiful garden. In spring, one finds an ocean of flowers here. Tourists flock here in large numbers to enjoy the tranquility. The palace gardens are world famous.
It's alpaca. Alpaca? In English, I don't know.
Is it in English?
No, in English, I don't know the name.
After an extensive visit to Granada, we once more board the Andalusian Express. Slowly, the diesel engine starts up again. We return westward. The train goes to the place called Jerez, the cradle of the world-famous sherry. The journey along and through the Sierra Nevada is marvelous. At the hottest time of day, we arrive at Jerez. The beautiful little station of the city defies the heat. We travel to this area because it is the heart of the Spanish sherry. Just beyond the city stand endless rows of vines. Dozens of people are busy harvesting the bunches of grapes. farm families help each other to bring in the harvest. Hundreds of baskets are gathered and subsequently transported to the cooperatives, the easiest way possible. When the first harvest is completed, celebrations naturally are called for. The whole population of Jerez comes out to this traditional fiesta. Every grape cooperative has sent its own female representative in beautiful clothing. She presents herself in the town square. The Cathedral of Jerez serves as decor. The ladies in bright colors, each carrying a basket of grapes. The grapes are blessed under the watchful eye of the town officials. Eventually, all the grapes are brought together and pressed. The first harvest is in, and the making of sherry can begin. What also begins is the celebration. For the moment, the hard work is over, and the Andalusians have their fling. For the time being, there is no work. On the other hand, the work now begins for the wine houses, where the famous sherry is prepared. The idyllic wine houses are oases of tranquility. In the white storage places, thousands of liters of sherry mature. Sherry owes its name to the English, who corrupted the name Jerez into sherry. Anyone can come to the wine houses and sample the sherry. The very dry fino can be enjoyed. It is called amontillado when it is very aged. There is also the less aged dark oloroso, and for use with dessert, there is the almost syrupy dulce. Those who come to sample are served by the balanceador, a skilled pourer of wine. Near the wine houses, we find something totally different that has made Spain famous. In a beautiful riding school, which is a type of theater, the public is waiting for the horse riders of the Spanish Academy. This is the place where we have arrived. In the courtyard, several graceful thoroughbred horses do their warming-up runs for the show they are about to give. The horses are specially bred and have gone through years of training before they're allowed to make an appearance. Only the best horses pass the selection. The riders as well belong to the best in the world.
Very important for Andalusia to have this riding school. It's the only one in Spain, and it's one of the three very important schools in Europe, and that makes the Andalusians are very proud about this school. For a rider, it's more than 10-12 years to arrive to be a rider. You start like pupil, and to arrive to be a rider, a minimum 10 years. And for a horse to go to a show, a minimum between 6-7 years. And we start with them with 3 years old. We're beginning to ride them with 3 years old, and they go into the show when they are 7, 8 years, 9 years old. They start to go to the show.